Your person is now chasing you after initially running away, not because they didn't care, but because they felt unworthy of you. They struggled with their own insecurities, convincing themselves that they weren't enough, that they couldn't measure up to what you deserved. But now, they are realizing just how deeply their absence has affected them. The thought of you slipping away, of you moving forward without them, is unbearable. It kills them inside when you don't give them attention, even though they were the one who created this distance in the first place. Now, they are desperate to regain a connection with you. They are planning to reach out, to communicate in some way, hoping to test the waters and see if they still have a place in your life. They need reassurance, a sign that they haven't completely lost you. Even from a distance, they are keeping a close eye on you, watching silently, observing your every move. No matter how much they may have tried to convince themselves that walking away was the right choice, their heart refuses to let you go. They are longing for a reunion, yearning for the closeness you once shared. What's hitting them the hardest now is the realization of everything they did wrong. The pain they inflicted upon you, whether intentionally or not, is now being reflected back at them. They are beginning to experience the same suffering they put you through, and it is tormenting them. Every tear you shed, every moment of confusion and heartbreak, they now feel it too. It's as if the universe is making them walk in your shoes, forcing them to understand just how much they hurt you. The weight of their actions is finally catching up with them, and they cannot escape it. Today's energy is especially heavy, as your person is overwhelmed with painful emotions. The guilt, the regret, the shame, it's all consuming them at once. They feel ashamed for betraying you, for not being there when you needed them the most. They recognize how selfish they were, how they failed to stand by you in your most vulnerable moments. It's a bitter realization, and it makes them wonder how you ever found it in your heart to care for them the way you did. They see now that they took you for granted, and the thought of losing you forever is breaking them. They also believe that you are still holding on to the pain they caused, and this is what's keeping them from rushing back impulsively. They fear rejection. They fear that you won't look at them the same way anymore, that the damage they caused is irreversible. This is why they are hesitating, taking their time before they initiate a conversation. They want to approach you the right way, but they are uncertain if you will even be open to hearing them out. However, despite their fears and doubts, one thing remains clear in their mind: serious commitment, even marriage, is something they are now considering deeply. They realize that no one else could ever replace you, no matter how much time passes. They may have tried to distract themselves, to seek comfort elsewhere, but nothing has been able to fill the void you left behind. You are the one person who truly saw them for who they are, the one who accepted them despite their flaws. And now, they are coming to terms with the fact that losing you was the greatest mistake of their life. They think about you constantly, replaying past memories, wondering if you still think about them too. They long for the warmth of your presence, for the way you once made them feel safe and understood. They miss your laughter, your kindness, and the way you always seemed to know exactly what to say. The nostalgia is haunting them, reminding them of everything they once had but let slip through their fingers. Now, they are at a crossroads, torn between their fears and their desire to make things right. Will they gather the courage to reach out? Will they finally take responsibility for their actions and fight for what they truly want? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: no matter where they go or what they do, you will always be the one person they cannot forget. Today, I want to confess something very raw and real. For a long time, I have been making bad choices for myself, choices that did not align with my true self or my higher purpose. I ignored the inner work that still needed to be done, turning a blind eye to the healing and growth that were necessary for my well-being. Instead of facing my fears and insecurities, I allowed them to dictate my actions, leading me further away from the path I was meant to walk. My ego and stubbornness prevented me from embracing change, and I remained trapped in a cycle of self-destruction, unwilling to acknowledge the truth. I knew deep down that I was making the wrong decisions, yet I continued down the same road, chasing after superficial things that offered only temporary satisfaction. I was running after materialistic desires and illusions, thinking they would fill the void inside me. But the more I pursued them, the emptier I felt. I sought validation from the outside world, believing that status, appearances, and fleeting pleasures would bring me happiness. In reality, they only pulled me further away from my true essence and purpose. Everything changed the moment you entered my life. You became my guiding light, my source of strength, and my greatest support. You didn't just offer love and companionship, you helped me see life through an entirely new perspective. Through your kindness, patience, and unwavering support, you taught me lessons that I had never learned before. Without even realizing it, you became my greatest teacher, showing me the beauty of unconditional love, compassion, and spiritual growth. You made me understand that true happiness does not come from external validation or material success. Instead, it is found in connecting with the divine, embracing inner peace, and spreading kindness to everyone we meet. You helped me break free from the chains of my past, allowing me to see that the superficial world I had been living in was never meant to define me. You showed me that real fulfillment comes from within, from nurturing the soul and living a life rooted in love, truth, and authenticity. One of the things I admire most about you is your wisdom. You carry a depth of understanding that is rare and precious, yet you never boast about it. You embody humility, grace, and an inner strength that I have come to deeply respect. Your presence alone has transformed my life in ways I never imagined possible. You have shown me the power of love, not just romantic love, but a love that heals, uplifts, and brings out the best in people. I feel incredibly grateful and proud to have someone like you in my life. Your sincerity, loyalty, and trustworthiness are qualities that I cherish deeply. In a world filled with deception and superficiality, you are a rare gem, someone who remains true to themselves and to those they love. You have opened my eyes to the reality of life, teaching me to embrace authenticity and let go of the illusions that once controlled me. Because of you, I now strive to be a better person, to live with integrity, and to walk a path that aligns with my soul's purpose. However, despite all the beautiful changes you have brought into my life, there is one thing that weighs heavily on my heart: the pain of being separated from you. I cannot put into words how much it hurts to be apart from you. It feels as though a piece of my soul has been ripped away, leaving me with an unbearable emptiness. No matter how much time passes, the longing for you never fades. It lingers in my heart, a constant ache that reminds me of what we had and what we still could have. I miss you in ways I never thought possible. I miss your voice, your laughter, the way you make everything feel lighter and more meaningful. I miss the warmth of your presence and the way you always knew exactly what to say, even in my darkest moments. Life without you feels incomplete, as if something essential is missing. The memories we created together replay in my mind like a beautiful yet painful melody, reminding me of the love we shared and the connection that remains unbreakable. Even in this separation, I hold on to hope. Hope that one day, our paths will align again, that fate will bring us back together when the time is right. Until then, I will carry you in my heart, allowing the love and lessons you have given me to guide my way. No matter where life takes us, know that you will always have a special place in my soul. You have changed me in ways I never thought possible, and for that, I will always be grateful. My love, I truly miss you, more than words can ever express. Your partner has come to a profound realization about the impact of their behavior on your relationship. They now understand that their on and off actions have created a significant imbalance, leading to instability and uncertainty between you. In the past, they may not have fully grasped how their immature and toxic tendencies affected you emotionally. They recognize now that their inconsistency, indecisiveness, and inability to communicate openly caused you unnecessary pain they failed to acknowledge at the time. However, everything changed when you went silent. The absence of your presence made them reflect deeply on themselves, forcing them to confront the consequences of their actions. For the first time, they saw themselves for who they truly were, a weak and wounded soul in desperate need of growth and change. The realization was not easy for them, but it was necessary. They now understand that they cannot continue living in the same destructive patterns if they ever hope to have a fulfilling and healthy relationship with you. This time, they are determined to be different. They are actively working on themselves, making a conscious effort to break free from the negative cycles that have plagued them for so long. They no longer want to be the person who causes pain to the one they love. Instead, they want to be someone you can rely on, someone who brings you peace rather than turmoil. They are learning to take accountability for their past actions and are committed to making meaningful changes to ensure that history does not repeat itself. Your partner wants nothing more than a fresh start with you. However, they understand that rushing into things might only lead to further damage. That is why they want to take things slow this time. They don't want to make the same mistakes again by acting impulsively or letting emotions cloud their judgment. They want to build a foundation that is strong, stable, and capable of withstanding any challenges that may arise. Patience is now a priority for them because they value your presence in their life far too much to risk losing you again. They deeply miss the warmth and kindness you always extended to them. They reminisce about the way you supported them, how you were always there whenever they needed a shoulder to lean on. No matter how difficult things became, you never turned your back on them. Your unwavering love and compassion made them feel safe, understood, and cared for in ways they had never experienced before. They now realize how much they took that for granted and regret not appreciating you the way they should have. Beyond just emotional support, your partner feels a deep and unbreakable connection with you. You fulfill them in a way that no one else ever has. Emotionally, you provide them with a sense of belonging and security, making them feel truly seen and valued. Sensually, the chemistry between you two is something they cannot ignore or replicate with anyone else. They feel drawn to you on a soul level, as if you are the missing piece that completes them. They no longer want to keep their emotions bottled up or hide how they truly feel. In the past, they may have been afraid to be vulnerable or express their deepest thoughts and desires. But that fear no longer controls them. Their feelings for you have grown stronger, more passionate, and more undeniable. They want to be honest with you now, to show you their true self without any masks or pretenses. While they may have had other options, none of them compare to you. They now see that what they shared with you was something rare and irreplaceable. No one else makes them feel the way you do. No one else understands them the way you do. You are their true love, their perfect match, and the only person they truly want to be with. Despite their past mistakes, they are hoping for another chance, a chance to prove that they have changed and that they are capable of being the partner you deserve. They know it will take time to rebuild trust, and they are willing to put in the effort. They don't expect you to forgive them overnight, nor do they assume that things will return to how they were immediately. They simply hope that, with time, you will see the sincerity of their transformation and consider giving them the opportunity to make things right. Your partner is ready to embark on a new chapter, one where they are more mature, mindful, and dedicated to the relationship. They don't want to repeat the past, they want to create a future with you, one filled with love, stability, and understanding. They are ready to love you the way you have always deserved, and they only hope you are willing to let them try.